It's a painful day to own Fortuna Silver Mining stock. They announced their second quarter 2022 earnings last night. The stock is down close to 10% today. What went wrong? Is there a catastrophe at Fortuna? Are there major issues at Fortuna? What's causing this major drawdown? Let's dig in and find out. Fortuna Silver Mines announced earnings of that. Do you see that? 1 penny. 1 lousy penny was all that they could manage to earn during the second quarter of 2022. But think about it. They did earn a profit, right? We could be talking about a loss. And when you look at the share price today, you would think they announced a huge loss. More importantly, let's take a look under the hood. Let's look at the macro environment. Also, what's going on with the company. Kind of read between the lines and see if this was really as bad of a quarter as many investors are potentially thinking it is, and maybe selling their stock too soon. All the major mining companies faced some serious headwinds during the second quarter. That includes Fortuna. The price of silver was down significantly. That impacts their revenue levels, as was the price of the byproducts, including zinc, which is also a rather significant portion of their revenue. All of this was occurring in an environment where inflation pressures were pushing up costs. So we had pressures on the revenue because of lower metals prices and rising costs because of inflation. It's important for us to remember that despite these challenges, the company still produced cash flow from operations of $22 million. Their operations generated free cash of $22 million. Now, a lot of that cash was spent on their major development project, Séguéla. They spent about $22 million on that construction project during the quarter. Also, their EBITDA number came in at $58 million. That means before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, they were able to earn almost $60 million from their operations. Mining operation income came in right around $32 million. So I would argue that from a performance metric, right, it wasn't that horrific of a quarter for Fortuna. All of their mines performed pretty much on track with what we were to expect and are on schedule to meet their annual production numbers. Plus, their major construction project in West Africa, the Séguéla mine, is on time and on budget, and in this environment, that alone is a major accomplishment. Also, the company has 12 drill rigs turning, so they're investing a lot of capital into growing and maintaining their level of reserves and resources with the precious metals. Had the metal prices been the same in this quarter as they were 1 year ago in 2021, these financial numbers would be a much, much different picture. And if inflation hadn't kicked up by 10 or 15%, it would have been an even more different picture. Things would look much, much better. So when you look at the big picture when it comes to Fortuna Silver Mines, things aren't quite as bad as the headline number might lead us to believe. They bought back nearly $3 million worth of their own stock during the quarter, and their balance sheet remains in very, very good shape. Also, it's important to remember that in less than 1 year, if things continue to stay on track, they'll have a new mine operating in West Africa, producing at a very, very low cost. That'll make 2 operating mines in Africa, and I'm hearing more and more people becoming very positive on this West Africa mining jurisdiction. I even heard Larry Leopard mention it just last week that he's becoming very favorable towards mining companies in Africa. They really have their act together over there, and the bias against African mining is dissolving very quickly. So while on paper, or when you glance at the headline, it may not have looked like the best quarter for Fortuna Silver, but if you peel the cover back and look at the different layers of what's going on, the macro environment in which they were operating, the initiatives that the company is undertaking, the performance of their current 4 operating mines, the picture looks much more positive. I feel like they're plodding along very deliberately, making a lot of smart, good moves, and that in the end, investors will be rewarded. Hey, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. But what's not my opinion is the fact that I appreciate you joining me here in Ron's Basement. You're always welcome here. You're important and you're welcome. I hope you decide to come back. You can give my video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, leave a comment below, share it wherever you like, and until next time, you be well.